Yo, Atlanta Bird Gang, what's happening? It's your dog, Toddy, checking in with a video. Hey, man, let's get straight to the business, man. Let's get straight to it. Hey, listen, Atlanta Falcons fans, we have one of the most notorious franchises in NFL history when it comes to our lack of success. And one constant thing about Falcons fans, the Falcons fans base, we are always at odds when it comes to quarterbacks. That's one thing I think we all can agree on. There is always this contention, arguments, debates, fights when it comes to the quarterback position. It's been like that for, I would probably say, since the Michael Vick era. I'm going to go back to the Vick era because I think that's when the position became very polarizing for us. But going back to the Michael Vick era, you had a lot of pro Vick people. You had a lot of anti Vick people. For as many people that love Mike Vick and the Mike Vick experience, there are a lot of people that didn't like Mike Vick, who felt he was arrogant, felt like he was overrated, felt like he wasn't a true quarterback. Then you had the other people who felt like he was very talented. He could win us the Super Bowl, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Once the Vic era ended, we bridged over to Matt Ryan. There was a lot going on between this fan base, between like pro Vic people and pro Ryan people. A lot of things that really don't get spoke about anymore, but it was there, it was heavy during that time, during the transition period, leaving the Vic era, stepping into the Matty Ice era. There was a lot of stuff going on, and I won't dig too deep into it in this video. But if you want to go watch Michael Vick's 30 for 30, they did an excellent job in covering it. So we go to the Matt Ryan era, and since day one, Matt Ryan was a very polarizing quarterback in Atlanta, which is very like unusual because as a person, he's the most bland, unpolarizing person that you can imagine for an NFL quarterback. But he became a very polarizing topic of conversation in Atlanta. You had people that love Matt and appreciated Matt, and you had a lot of people who never embraced Matt. So, needless to say, the Matt Ryan era was when the fighting, the infighting within the fan base really was at its peak. I mean, like, I just can remember all the fights, debates, the arguments around Matt Ryan. You had people calling him overrated, noodle arm, and there were just all kind of names that got through back and forth. You had Ryanites who were like pro Matt Ryan guys. You had Cryanites who were anti Matt Ryan guys. But the Matt Ryan fight lasted well over 10 years. It still lasts a little bit now. It's still going on a little bit now today. Not as much because, of course, he's no longer on the team. But all my fellow Falcons fans that know those Matt Ryan debates and fights, they became very intense. You almost had to stand on one side of the fence or the other as far as the Matt Ryan situation went. You leave Matt Ryan and then you bring in Marcus Mariota, who obviously wasn't a quote-unquote franchise quarterback for the Falcons. He was more of a Band-Aid, stopgap quarterback, bridge quarterback. But even with Mariota, there was fighting going on. You had some people who became like big pro Mariota guys. And I'm going to tell you, I never knew that Mariota had such a, I don't know if big is the word. I'll say significant. I never realized Mariota had such a significant fan base until he became a Falcons fan. So there were people coming out of the woodwork when we signed Mariota. Yeah, man, Mariota's that guy, and he's gonna do this for the Falcons, do that for the Falcons. And you had the other people like, Oh, man, Mariota is mid. He's trash. He's not that good. Blah, 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 blah. That only lasted, not even a full season because he didn't finish the year as a starter. So the Mariota fight didn't last very long. Or after Mariota, now you got the Desmond Ritter fight going on. you know, some fans feel like Ritter has what it takes to be the next 10, 12, 14-year franchise quarterback for the Falcons. Some people feel like no, he doesn't have what it takes. Some people feel like he's a lifelong clipboard holder. So now the current fight is the Desmond Ritter thing. You got pro Ritter guys, you got anti Ritter guys. The most creative name that I've seen so far for the big pro Ritter guys who don't want to hear nothing but Desmond Ritter are Desbians. I kind of excuse me, but I kind of like that. That's pretty creative. But they've been named Desbians now. And these are just the pro Ritter guys. Ritter or else, build around Ritter. Ritter's the future. Ritter's your quarterback. So it's like the Desmond Ritter fight between the fan bases really picked up where the Matt Ryan fight left off at. And if you're a Falcons fan, this is just something that goes on within the fan base. We just fight about quarterbacks. It's funny, it's crazy, it is a little bit sad. And then, you got the Lamar Jackson angle in there a little bit. And, you got people fighting about Lamar Jackson, and he's not even a Falcons quarterback. At least not yet. But the fan base fights about Lamar Jackson. You got some people that are pro Lamar. Hey, bring Lamar to Atlanta. F them picks. We need a guy like Lamar. Then you got some people on the other side of the fence. We don't need Lamar. He costs too much. He's injury prone. Y'all just want to bring the big days back. And now that's that fight going on. So there are two quarterback fights that are going on right now within this fan base. You got the Ritter fight going on between the fans, and you got the Lamar Jackson fight going on within the fans. That's life of a Falcons fan. And my fellow Falcons fans, y'all can totally agree and attest to this also. It's like a lot of times, even when I talk about Lamar Jackson, people just seem like they get so offended by it. And it's just talk right now. It's the off season. We're not playing any games, so it makes for great content. At the end of the day, and whether I want to admit it or not, I am a content creator. So it definitely makes for great content. And there's a part of me that also like if you let me know that the Lamar Jackson talk gets under your skin, guess what? I'm going to keep talking about it. You know what I mean? I'm going to keep talking about it. That's just how petty I can be because at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with having a conversation about it. The chances are unlikely that he'll end up in Atlanta. But, as long as there is a chance that he might come to Atlanta, it's okay to talk about it. But I just want to talk about that, man. This fan base, we fight about quarterbacks 24/7. And I'm going to tell y'all the reason, in my opinion, this fan base fights so viciously about the quarterback position. Actually, two big reasons. One reason, we've been terrible for so long, we never won a Super Bowl. That's a big reason. Number two reason, we have never seen a truly elite quarterback play for the Falcons. I mean truly elite. Matt Ryan is the closest thing to come to that, but Matt Ryan was not a truly elite quarterback. So we've never seen that. And a lot of people in the fan base, they're hungry for an elite quarterback. A lot of people feel like it's our time because we have never had a truly elite quarterback. Barkowski was an elite. Chris Chandler was an elite. Jeff George was an elite. Michael Vick was an elite. Matt Ryan was an elite. Mariota was an elite. And anybody else in between that I didn't mention. So I feel like that's the reason that we're always fighting about the quarterback position. And I really think until we get that consensus elite guy, we're going to continue to fight about the position. One thing with me, as far as an elite quarterback goes, If you got a debate about it all the time, then your quarterback is in the league. When Peyton Manning was in his prime, there was no debate about it. When Tom Brady was in his prime, there was no debate about it. Patrick Mahomes, current day times, there's no debate about it. Drew Brees in his prime, there was no debate about it. Everybody knows and accepts when you have an elite quarterback, and that's a big reason outside of his play on the field. Like when people were trying to say, "Well, Matt Ryan is elite," I'm like, no, he's not. You can't even convince half the fan base he's elite. When you got an elite quarterback, your fan base know it. Everybody knows it. But it's just, one of those things, one of those nuances of being a Falcons fan. We fight, we argue, we debate about quarterbacks. But it's all love at the end of the day. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion. Speaking of opinions, leave me your opinion on this subject in the comment section. Let's talk about it in the comment section. Us fighting about quarterbacks in this fan base, y'all know how we do. We chop it up in the comments. Hey, also do your boy a favor. If you like this video, if you appreciate the content that we provide to you on Atlanta Bird Game, make sure that you do subscribe to this channel. Also, hit the notification bell. And when you hit the notification bell, YouTube is going to automatically notify you anytime we drop new content on the channel. Also, smash that like button as well. You know what, people? I will see y'all the next time I see you. Peace.